My cash secured puts just went deep in the money. Here's how I'm playing it. Yo, what is going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you are having a God-blessed day today. Every single person down below is going to get our rolling playbook, which is a must-read if you are an option seller. Just drop a comment down below. I'll send it over to you. And while you're down there, if I provide any value to you at all, hit that like button, that subscribe button. Guys, today we're going back into the live portfolio that you guys already know. We deposited $5,000 into this account, and I'm documenting every single trade on here. Obviously, this is our live trade log right now that we have, and then here is our account. And guys, what happened? What happened, Kraft Heinz? Right? What happened? You can see Kraft Heinz fell off a bit of a cliff here yesterday. It was down nearly 7%, showing a little bit of life here, but to kind of bring you up to speed, basically, I opened up a Kraft Heinz cash secured put. What does that mean? Well, I said I'm willing to buy Kraft Heinz for $27, 100 shares at $27 on September 26th at close. Well, what do you know, right? A couple days later after I opened that, not even maybe a couple days later, we dropped down, right? We took a nice big fall yesterday. And we're currently trading at $26, right? So I am below my strike price where I'm currently wanting to purchase. What happens? Let's walk through what my plan is. Well, first and foremost, right, there's a few things that we can do, right? Number one being nothing, right? That's the beauty of being an option seller. I can quite literally do absolutely nothing. I have 23 days left to my expiration. And just to show you guys what that trade actually fully looked like, I opened it up on the 29th, right? A cash secured put, Kraft Heinz. My strike price was 27. I collected $50.33 of premium. I locked up $2,700, right? That's the $27 per share times 100, right? For netting me $50.33 a share for a 1.86% premium return. Now, obviously, that's a little bit low to what I wanted, but I wanted to put some money immediately to work in this portfolio. So for me right here, I was like, you know what? I'll take that trade. I don't have much wiggle room to buy to close it, right? So that's the first option. My first option is I don't do anything. I let it get to expiration. And if it's trading, below $27 on the 29th or on the 26th of September, I take assignment and then I do my covered calls. Not a problem with that. I am kind of leaning towards that right now, just because we do see some life coming back into Kraft Heinz this morning. You can see we are up just over 1% here, which is a good thing, right? If this thing continues to trade around this, like, let's say $26.50 level, and I take my assignment at 27, I'm perfectly okay with that. Most option sellers forget, not that they're totally separate events, but not technically, I can kind of factor in my $50.33 into my cost basis, right? So kind of my cost basis is a little bit lower if I do end up taking assignment. So for example, let's say I do have to buy my shares at, $27 shares, is a little bit less than it'll probably be mathed around like 26, 60 or 70, whatever the math comes out to be. I can then go do my covered calls for $27.50, right? Or the following month, or potentially even a weekly, depending on what price Kraft Heinz. You can see we are trading towards this bottom Bollinger Band. In my opinion, do your own research, but this is a great setup, right? And in my opinion, right, trading well below the 300-day moving average of around $31, trading below the 200-day moving average of around $29, and just getting a bit beat up here, which I believe is just a market overreaction. That's why I think we are seeing it up a little bit. But I have no problem with that. I have no problem doing that kind of trade, and that's honestly what I did here with Snapchat. So as some of you guys have known, I've been obviously documenting every single trade here. I got assigned Snapchat, right, at $7.50. I got assigned Snapchat at $7.50. You guys can see this on this specific line here, right? I said I got assigned, right here. Snapchat assigned $7.50 was my strike price. I bought 100 shares of Snapchat for $750. Then I immediately did my covered call, right? You could see I did my covered call here saying I'm willing to sell those shares I got at $7.50 for $8 a share on October 3rd. I collected $17.33 of premium, a 2.31% collateral return. So I'm going to most likely do that play, right? I will most likely do that play if Kraft Heinz starts to see a little bit more of a recovery back towards 27, and who knows, maybe in 23 days from now, Kraft Heinz is trading above 27, and this whole thing that we're talking about right now is a complete waste of both mine and your times. But that's the beauty of selling options, right? I am not scared today. I'm being patient, right? I don't need to make a move. I'm not an options buyer. I don't need stocks to move quickly for me, right? Because time is on my side. 23 days is a long time, and a lot can happen in 23 days. Now, of course, everything I'm saying right here, Kraft Heinz can go in the opposite direction. It could drop down to 25, 24, 23, and I'm on the hook for the 27s. And oftentimes, guys, sometimes if a big market drop like that and you're really deep in the money, the best thing that you can honestly do is assignment, because sometimes this button here to roll is just going to cost you too much money, right? Like, so let me just show you this, for example. If I try to buy to close this position out right now, right? I do buy to close my one contract that's expiring in September 26, right? I just do a limit order. We'll just do our midpoint here. It would cost me $100 to close this position out, just at $100, $99.65, right? Is that worth it? Listen, in like some weird world, maybe, right? Maybe. If number one, let's say I completely lost faith in Kraft Heinz. I'm like, I no longer believe in this company. I don't want to sign it, and I'll eat the loss. Has that happened to me before? Yes. Are there times where I wish I did do that? Yes, there is. This is a whole learning experience, right? Option selling is a learning experience. You're always learning. You're always being put in new positions for yourself. That's why I always say surround yourself with people you can bounce your ideas off of. Join our free Facebook group. All these calculators and stuff are free in our Facebook group. The link for those will be down below in the description. So go download them, network with people. You can post your ideas. Other people are posting their ideas in there, right? But the point is, like, you have to think through this stuff at the end of the day for yourself, right? What changed, right? Like, let's say you're in my position, you're like, do you believe that what's happening with Kraft Heinz and them separating into different companies, basically redoing all the work that they've done, right? Do you think that's going to lose all your conviction in stock, that you no longer want to stick to it? For me, no. No, I don't. I don't. That does not lose me that conviction, right? Especially since we still have time before that does actually end up happening, okay? Now, other things that you could do is obviously roll. You can roll. A roll is simply buying to close the position. I pay the $100 and selling to open another one. That's all rolling is, right? I'm basically staying in the position, trying to lower my strike price, keeping the same strike price with the goal of getting more premium. But, and this is the one most people don't talk about, this is the sad part that I believe makes me a little bit contrarian to this entire option selling. Most people, when they see a drop in their stock that they have cash secured puts on, what do? They're trying to roll, they're buying to close, they're taking their loss and moving on. What if you considered doing more cash secured puts? I know, it's wild, right? It's a crazy thing. It's a wild thing to believe, right? But what if you, instead of trying to fix this trade that might not need to be fixed just yet, instead doubled down, right? Or maybe just allocated a little bit more budget if you still believe in the company. Again, at the end of the day, that's the number one rule. Make sure you're only doing this on companies like. So let's go take a look at what that would look like, right? We'll just go to our quotes here. We'll go to KHC, Kraft Heinz, right? And then we'll go over to our options chain. Why does it never hold? I never understood that with Fidelity, guys. I always have to retype it, right? And I'll just go to my puts, right? And we'll just go out a little bit here, right? We'll go 26th, 3rd, and let's just say October 10th. Well, look at this, right? I got my $27 puts. What if I do the 26s that expire in 37 days? I collect another, between $50 and $73 of premium right here. Obviously, educational content only, right? These premiums will look different for you, right? Okay, what if I go up to the October 3rd? Oh, nice, $52 of premium, right? Only a 39%, about a 39 delta, right? About 39% chance of assignment. A little aggressive, right? Or the one in 23 days, $26 puts, $45, 23 days out. What if I double down on that, right? Those are the best three options, in my opinion. And usually, If my conviction is still in the company, if I still believe in this company and nothing has fundamentally changed to the point where I think this company is trash, I think it's not it's just not something I want to be a part of anymore, I will usually jump into another category. If I had a larger account right here, I would most likely be looking on the 23rd or the week after and jumping into 1 or 2 strikes lower. Okay, that's what I would be doing. I would be stick to my rules. Maybe I'd go for more of a 20 delta, a little bit less aggressive. Go maybe that 25s. Yes, I'm collecting a little less premium, but now here's the magic. If I get assigned even both those cash secured puts, I've essentially dollar cost averaged down into a company I like anyway, and I have more wiggle room on the other side of the wheel strategy. I mean, I have more wiggle room on my covered call side, which most people don't think about. They're thinking, I need something to happen now. I need that. I'm thinking my next move with this. I'm thinking, what is my covered calls already going to look like? I'm already assuming assignment. When I know it's why that's just the way I think. When I do a cash secured put, I'm assuming I'm going to get assigned. That is my assumption. I just brace for that, and I assume what is my plan if I actually get assigned on this. If you go in and you always are scared of assignment, and then you're only chasing the premium, and I get it, you're gonna get burned, right? You're gonna get burned. You're gonna be thinking emotionally. You're not gonna be thinking logically, and most importantly, you don't even have a plan in place. Okay. So guys, if you want to get this full entire tracker here, this live premium tracker so you can use for yourself, click the first link in the description of today's video. You're going to learn about our Option Seller School Mastermind and Mentorship Program, which is an incredible group of individuals doing this day in and day out. And just for giving me a little bit of your time to tell you about what we offer here, especially if you're a non-toxic person, you're financially stable, I would love for you to join us inside of Option Seller School, because I know the value that you get, it far outweighs any sort of money or investment that you put in to join this incredible community. So click the first link in the description of today's video. You'll get this full premium tracker, and down below in our Facebook group, you'll be able to grab all of our calculators in there to start using yourself. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.